Hello, Aika. Here is your sewer scope video from today. It's good seeing you. That's the clean out in that little exercise room. We start out in ABS, black ABS pipe, and I believe we transition. That looks like clay to me. Although I'm not seeing stereotypical joints between sections. Maybe that was one right there. I think overall the biggest takeaway is that it's an interesting pipe. It's a long run. I basically ran out of cable, or came to the end of my cable right when I hit the connection to the city line. Um, a couple of anomalies along the way, but I would say overall, basically, it's just a pipe that has not been cleaned in a while. This is probably clay with buildup on it. We'll see larger sections of buildup. We'll see one repair section is what I would assume. And then we'll see a couple of sections that are underwater. So that's buildup right there. So holding paper products, holding junk, damming everything up, basically. Yeah, so it basically dirty. It just needs to be cleaned out. Now, as we get to the end of this, there is what appears to be a fairly decent offset. I think that's what this section is right here, coming up. No, maybe that's up ahead a little bit more. So that may have been a low spot in the pipe, but again, ultimately we want to clear that out and reevaluate the pipe and see what's really going on. So we'll keep pushing along. There are long lengths of smooth sailing. And then again, coming up, we're going to see a repair section. Yeah, right up here ahead. So that's PVC, that's white PVC. So at some point, there was probably an issue in the pipe. And they basically cut out the old and they put in the new. A lot of times when they do that, and when it's dissimilar materials, they'll use this rubber boot. It's called a Fernco connector, and those invariably are tough to maintain integrity on. So a lot of times you'll get sagging, or the fittings around it will fail. Okay, so that's the big offset that I was talking about. So that's holding stuff as well. I was able to jump over it, so it probably wasn't too terrible. But we're back into the pipe. Relatively smooth sailing. I always run a little bit of water when I'm running my camera through. It just makes things move a little bit easier. So knowing that you're in a cul-de-sac, I mean, normally there's a lot of twists and turns. Not so much in this pipe. It's fairly straight shots. But we're going out. You know, right now we're 165-ish feet. We'll go another 20 feet or so. And again, that's the full length of my cable. We're pushing some paper products along, and again, we're going underwater just because we're damming things up, because it's again, we're back into a dirty section of the pipe. You can see all the stuff swirling around. Not the most pleasant video you want to watch, but again, it's just part of what's going on in a pipe that hasn't been cleaned out. Now the interesting thing is when we clean out, we'll be in the or clear out. There we are. We're in the city connection. Now I'm not 100% sure what's going on with whether that's conduit. It looks like a length of chain in there as well. Um, I've never seen that before, to be honest with you. Not 100% sure what's going on. If this is some mechanism within the city line, but again, it's interesting to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post up on one of my Facebook forums and see if anybody uh, might have an idea of what's going on in there. Um, yeah, it's interesting. You don't normally see whatever smaller pipes or conduit or chain or whatever that is uh, in the city connection. But we're 185 feet out. My recommendation is going to be have the pipe cleaned out. My guess is that's going to take care of most everything. Um, there is that larger offset. I'd want to see if there's any damage there. Um, there is uh, that section, that PVC section that was cut in. I want to see if that's still in good condition. And then once the pipe is cleaned, I want to just make sure that everything's free flowing. Um, again, it really should be, but we want to just take a look at it. This is me just kind of running back and forth, seeing if I can't move any of this junk out of the way. Um, I'm gonna pull all the way back. Uh, and again, like I said today, a lot of times as I'm pulling back, you can see that a lot of backups have been mitigated just because I pushed junk out of the way. So please review. Again, have the pipe cleaned. Look for more recommendations in my written reports, and then reach out to me with any questions. Thanks.